Newton H. Rattus presents
This Week in History!
For the week of January 31st through February 6th. January 31st, 2000. Major League Baseball suspends Atlanta Braves pitcher John Rucker for controversial remarks made during an interview with Sports Illustrated magazine. In the interview, published in the December 27, 1999 issue, Rucker made disparaging comments toward the residents of New York City, as well as very pointed remarks regarding African Americans, single mothers, immigrants, and homosexuals. Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig responded to the controversy by suspending Rucker for the first 14 games of the 2000 season, making him the first Major League Baseball player ever suspended for speech. As a testament to how much times have changed, whereas Rucker was suspended in 2000 for making such insensitive remarks, today he would be considered a prime candidate for vice president. February 1st, 1884, the first volume of the Oxford English Dictionary is published. The ambitious project of compiling all English language vocabulary currently in use was done at the behest of the Philological Society of London. Work began on the dictionary in 1879 following an agreement with Oxford University Press, and 5 years later they published the dictionary's first volume, containing all the words from A to ant. The dictionary continued to be released one fascicle at a time until April 1928, when the 10th and final volume was published. Sadly, the project's original chief editor, Sir James A. H. Murray, passed away in 1915 and didn't get to see the completion of his grand opus. However, it is the opinion of this etymological analyst that Sir Murray would have been delighted to see that words like shizzle, manspreading, and bootylicious have found their way into his hallowed lexicon. February 3rd, 1959, a rock and roll tragedy transpires when a plane crash claims the lives of music pioneers Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and J.P. Richardson, better known as the Big Bopper. The trio was on tour together at the time, and mechanical difficulties with Holly's tour bus prompted them to charter a plane from Mason City, Iowa to the next stop in Moorhead, Minnesota. Sadly, bad weather and pilot error caused the plane to crash shortly after takeoff. All three budding rock stars were under the age of 30. Buddy Holly at age 22, the Big Bopper at 28, and Ritchie Valens at a very young 17 years old. Music aficionados everywhere still hold this trio in high esteem, and they also long for the day when Justin Bieber, Nicki Minaj, and One Direction will meet a similar demise. February 5th, 1917, Congress overrides President Woodrow Wilson's veto and overwhelmingly passes the Immigration Act of 1917, the first ever legal restrictions on immigration in U.S. history. The legislation required all those seeking American citizenship to pass a literacy test, and it barred immigration from nearly all Asian countries. This Asiatic barred zone was repealed in 1952, but the ability to read, write, and properly speak the English language remains a requirement of the naturalization process. Strangely, if such a literacy test were required for all U.S. citizens, experts estimate that nearly half of all public school students, 2/3 of Twitter users, and nearly 90% of Facebook members would have their citizenships revoked. February 6th, 1971, astronaut Alan Shepard plays golf on the moon. As commander of the Apollo 14 space mission, Shepard wanted to add a special signature to it, so he created a makeshift golf club by attaching the head of a 6-iron to the shaft of a piece of rock collecting equipment. After a planned excursion on the moon's surface, he extracted the club and 2 golf balls from the lunar module and proceeded to swing away. Shepard's first shot was shanked, but his second, thanks to the moon's thinner atmosphere and reduced gravity, traveled an estimated distance in excess of 200 yards. The original lunar 6-iron now resides at the United States Golf Association Museum in Far Hills, New Jersey, while a replica is in the Smithsonian. It is perhaps the most famous golf club in the world, aside from the one used by Ellen Nordegren to vandalize the SUV of her cheating husband, Tiger Woods. So, what is the historical significance of February 12th, 1909? Tune in next week as Newton H. Rattus presents another installment of
This Week in History!